How's it going, guys? It is your man Rated. I'm here back to some more Legends content. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you the best team that you could possibly build for rating match proud. So with that said, let's get straight to it. So the first team, or the best team that I think is very good for this mode, is Sagas from the movies. And obviously this is the ideal setup that I have running 2VP, and I don't have any problems with it. I have the leader slot, Ultra Janemba, and then you have the Pycon, the Beast Gohan, HP buffer Pan, and then Zenkai buffers for Beast Gohan, and then the Pycon, which is the Janemba, and then the Super Gogeta. Now, what people don't realize about these particular units here is that these two can immobilize your opponent, and that could, come as to a surprise to the opponent, because they don't really face these off against these units PvP. So this could be a little bit of surprise. Plus they deal tons of special move damage once you actually mobilize them. So that's why I feel like this is the ideal setup for movies. But let's say, for example, starting from scratch, if you don't want to use any Zenkai buffers, who you want to bring to your team for movies. Now, obviously, is first unit. Well, I mean, the first unit, one of the units here is going to be Pan. Still, to this day, very good support unit here. The green card to reduce sub count and then reduce ki, and then her ability to reduce strike and blast arts power, still to this day broken. And this main ability just to reduce sub count, gets a green, plus a special move as well, which is ridiculous. This unit is the best unit for movies still to this day. It's been over a year since this unit is released, and she's still the best HP buffer for the team, which is absolutely incredible. Must run for the rating match proud event. Now we're gonna move on to Pycon here. Pycon, as you already know, this man revive to Gogeta, defensive revival unit here. The ability just to get a ton of green cards, have that viability, that freedom to just let this guy take the Rising Rush and then revive into Super Gogeta. So I'm not going to go too much into their kits because you already know how good this unit is. I just want to talk about the team setup here. Now, because Movies has access to another Zenkai buffer, and this I believe is going to be very optimal as well. If I could, where is this man? Come on, don't disappear. All right, hold on a second. I gotta look for this guy. Here we go. Boom. All right, let me put him here. So first match, you could bring Pycon, and then the second game you could bring Piccolo, and so you have 2 revive units on a team. Yeah, I know Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta can gain his anti-revive mechanic where he gets 4 Dragon Balls and a buff, but who really cares? He doesn't have endurance, so you could just Rise and Rush him anyways. And since Rise and Rush is very powerful, you could Rise and Rush this man and KO him with a blue unit such as Ultra Janemba here. Ultra Janemba, best Ultra for Sagas from movies, better than Broly. But I mean, if you don't have Janemba, next best thing is, if you want to use an Ultra, is the Ultra Broly here. This unit, his gauge can still be a little bit annoying, but he takes way too much damage, and he has that universal cover change. He can cover change against strikes, blast, and special move, as well as special skills, the green cards. So this man can cover change pretty much everything. So he's a good, viable unit if you want to bring him as well. But ideally, the best choice if you're looking for a top tier team and you have the Janemba, use the Janemba. His gauge, just dumb. His green card, dumb. Destroying Dragon Balls, or yeah, it's just very good unit right here. Next, let's move on to, because you want to try to make this as like a color wheel as you possibly can. But the next best unit would be Beast Gohan, obviously. Beast Gohan, you already know this man here. Remove gauge when he transforms. He's just he's Beast. He is Beast. He's him. Obviously, if you have this man, run him, put him on the team. Now for this last slot, what you can do, some people could choose, I think the best possible option here would be to utilize the Gammas here as just a yellow option, or if you have the Kid Goku as a high star unit, he could also be very good in terms of if the off chance you're facing off against Goku and Frieza, which we will showcase him or to talk about him in a little bit here, but he could, because of his ability to just pretty much nullify that man's ability when his gauge is full. So you can run him. If you want to go through, if you want to have a triple revive, this could be your setup as well here. 3 revive units. Oh boy, that's gonna be nasty. But if you're looking for the best setup here, optimal, like top tier, boom. I think this is it for sagas from the movies. And I believe 100% because they have access to so many revival units, I feel like sagas from the movies is one of the best teams that you could possibly bring for this rating match proud special PvP event. Now let's move on to our next top team, which I believe is going to be GT. All right, let me bring up some GT units here. Let's see here, GT. Now, me personally, I do not have all the new GT units. I just haven't been able to pull them, so I'll use placement or placeholders for those particular units. So let's start off with Super 17 here. Obviously, the red LF Super 17 best unit. So he is, I guess you would say, he is the best Ledge Limited unit in the game so far right now. I mean, his ability is just to, he doesn't care about blue unit. He doesn't care about anything. He just keeps going on and on and on with his combo. I mean, you probably face him so many times. I'm not gonna go into great detail what he does, but he's very annoying yet. So obviously, if you have this man, bring him in, put him on the team. Next, Zenkai buffer for the Super 17 here, very powerful. His green card is can be good, depending on how you use it. It's an AoE green card, and those are always valuable units. But overall, he is a Zenkai buffer for Super 17. That's why you would bring him in. I mean, you could also run with the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, but I with what the kit that Omega Shenron brings, he'll be better if you have him. Now let's move on to the next unit here. It's going to be Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, as you already know. I mean, I don't have Zenkai, but he is busted for GT. I mean, yeah, he can pretty much do everything for GT. Double cover change against Strike and Blatzards. He could do. He just doesn't care. He does tons of damage to this blue card. His ability now with his Zenkai to draw multiple ultimates is ridiculous. Yeah, you put him on the team. Next, third unit is going to be the GT or Ledge Limited GT Kid Goku. Yeah, so he's an endurance unit. He tanks. He's going to be your main tanker for PvP here. He just tanks damage with his gauge. He keeps on healing. So, and he also has endurance, as I mentioned before. Good units here. Now you're going to move on to Bulla. And then the last slot would be Pan, the yellow Pan, obviously. Bulla, obviously, is going to be your assist unit. And then Pan's probably going to be the weakest. But since, she's the most, or the newest sparking for GT, you might as well just use them, or use her, actually. So that's going to be your optimal team for GT. That's going to be the second best team for Rating Match Proud. Let's move on to the next one, the last one, the third best, which would be Universe Rep. Now, obviously, the later slot, you're going to have to bring UI Goku if you have them. I mean, I'm not going to say much more about this. You face this unit every single game. You know how dumb this unit is. If you have him, slap him on the team here. What you could do here, let me see if... you could use a Zenkai buffer. I think this... Oops, hold on. Yeah. So this Vegeta, he can be somewhat decent. But, I mean, if you don't want to use Zenkai buffers, it's fine, but... You would use MVP 17, obviously the blue, Legends Limited, Super Android 17, and then you would use the tag Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta, and then Super Saiyan God or Super Saiyan Blue Goku, Kaioken Goku, and then bring in Jiren, because Jiren, even with his Zenkai, he's very tanky. He has AoE green, he has endurance, very good unit here. If you want a revival option on this team, you could also bring here the Kid Goku. I'm not Kid Goku. What am I saying? The Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku that transforms into UI Goku. I feel like this unit still is still good. You know, he out of I mean, comparing him to Orange Piccolo, I don't know. To me personally, I feel like Orange Piccolo is better than this guy, but he's still very valuable on this team here. And then last, you want to use the Goku into Frieza here. Yeah, I would go with the Goku into Frieza, or you could, you know, but that's if you don't want to run any sort of if you don't want to run Topo as a Zenkai buffer for the Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta tag unit, then you could just run. Yeah, so you could just run this man instead. Now, I mean, if you don't have, let's say for example you don't have the tag Super Saiyan Blues, right? You could just use this Frieza. This Frieza is still very good. You know, the ability to just destroy and reduce your opponent's ki to 0, destroy all their cards and reduce their ki to 0, still very powerful. And then this Jiren too is still a great option here. Transforming, destroys all your enemies' cards. You know, draws a bunch of special moves. Very viable unit, I would say that as well. But other than that, I don't. Let me take a look. I mean, if you want to go for the memes, put it on this man on the team. I'm just joking. Don't put this man on the team here. But that is about it here, honestly. And then, you know, I know that Saiyans could be a very powerful team as well, but ideally the top team for Saiyans is Ultra UI Goku, and then the tag Goku and Bardock, and then the Pikkon. But then you have a bunch of Zenkai buffers. But those Zenkai buffers are pretty much Super Saiyan Goku, the old Super Saiyan Goku. Hold on, yeah, this Super Saiyan Goku, and then just Zenkai buffers for yeah, the Pikkon. And so these units are very old and not very usable in today's meta. So just forget about them. But if you want to run a Saiyans team here, I would say go with the Pikkon, right? Go with the UI Goku. If you have the Pikkon, use them. Where's Pikkon? Pikkon. Here we go. Boom. And then the tag Goku and Bardock. So let me just, yeah, tag Goku and Bardock. Let's just pretend this man is tagging Goku and Bardock. And then what you could do here, I mean, there's a bunch of, you know, available ultras, but I would say if you want to run an ultra on the Saiyan team, go for Gogeta. Gogeta is probably the best one out of the Broly, and the Rose as well here. But yeah, let me see here. Ooh, Shallot could be. I'm just joking. Don't run Shallot. But Shallot, honestly, he could be a good option if you don't have anything. He's completely free to play unit. Everybody has this guy. So, and based on, you know, he is. Yeah, I mean, when he transforms Super Saiyan 2, I mean, Super Saiyan Blue, he can do some damage, but he's not really the best. I mean, he is another HP buffer for Saiyans, but if you want to bring him on. But I think there are better units that you could run alongside, in place of this man. So let's just show here. What I think here is the optimal team. There, me personally, I think this would be the most optimal Saiyans team that you could bring without those, you know, those standard Zenkai buffers that you see everywhere. Now, the reason why you would bring maybe Kid Goku, obviously, with his ability just to draw multiple cards, I feel like that's very useful, and he has endurance as well. So you know, when his gauge is up, obviously, of course, but still, he could be useful when the time comes during certain situations. And then you have Gogeta here, obviously with the man gauge. He has become a little bit outdated. I would say, yeah, he has become outdated in terms of like raw power, but in terms of usefulness, he can still work wonders for your team. And then the UI Goku with his, you know, his gauge, his AOE green card. Obviously, those are very good. Some very good juicy stuff here. All right, guys. So I'm gonna be talking about let me talk to you about one last team that I think could be a little bit viable here. Androids. All right, let's go. Let's just take this guy there. All right, the Androids team here, because we got Revival Cell here. This man with his Zenkai is a beast. Absolute god unit here. And then you have here the Super 17, as you already know here. That's still going to be the best unit. And then you have here the, hold on, the purple cell. So that would be the purple cell here. Well, the new purple cell, not this perfect cell, but the latest Legends Limited perfect cell. You would use him. And then here would be the Zenkai buffer for that cell. And she's an HP buffer as well. The yellow cell, the yellow cell. I feel like he could do he has that 2x cover change. There's that rescue cover change. And with his green card, that pretty much interrupts your opponent's play here. Hold on, let me just bring it up quickly. Yeah, nullify special covers, and then you can combo into the ultimate arts. I feel like that's very good. And then last but not least, I mean, if you want, you could also bring this unit in terms of power is outdated. I would say that, you know, it's been what? It's been over a year since this unit released, so outdated in terms of raw power, but in terms of usability, this unit continuously nullifies endurance, and in their green cards, specifically the 17 portion, pretty much nullifies cover change for a set amount of time for 10 timer counts, and then the 18 actually just removes vanish, so they could be very useful, especially now with another Zenkai buffer, or with the red cell Zenkai buffer here. But you could also bring the gammas as well instead of the yellow cell if you want to do that. I mean, the gammas are still really good. But yeah, so this is the ideal team that you want to bring to PvP for androids. I'll go over it one more time. You have the Legends Limited Super 17. You have the purple cell. It could be the gammas, or it could be the Zenkai yellow cell. You know, you could use this unit, or you could use you could use this unit, or yeah, I mean, you could use also the Hellfighter 17, but I think for additional Zenkai, but I think this would be better because now we have the Revival Cell Zenkai buffer for the androids. I feel like this would be much more useful, and then obviously the Revival Cell, you would obviously bring that, and then the HP bench. I mean, in terms of damage, I haven't used her in quite a long time, so I'm not entirely sure if she would be viable in match. But I mean, at least one unit on your team doesn't have to be super OP. I feel like what the rest of the team makes up for it. And so that is it for today's video, guys. I hope this video helped you with building the most optimal team that you possibly can for the Rating Match Proud event that's going on currently right now. So if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, comment down below if you enjoy you know, the new Rating Match Proud, or you know, what do you think could be improved with this new PvP mode. Let me know in the comments below, and it's been your man Rating. I'm here, and I'll see you in the next one.